Hello, welcome. Today we are going to make a celery and apple soup, topped with crispy bacon, toasted hazelnuts, and fried apples. To start with, we're going to take the celery. I've already cut off the bottom because we can't use that. It's going to be too much stirred material in it. And we're not going to need this, so I'm just going to start cutting off the top. There we go. And you just start following the knife down to the top. And something this, that's okay. You just cut it off. There's nothing wrong with the entire thing of the celery. It's like an onion. You just cut more of it off. So you have what you need. Alright, so now we're going to start cutting into nice 1 centimeter slices. You just do that with the entire, and it says it doesn't matter if there's going to be leftovers once you cut them into nice little 1 by 1 grenades. This is the French term for 1 by 1 little cubes. And yes, we just start with this. And the easiest way to do that is just cut it into a square. That's the easiest way, and you just here. And I said something like this when it breaks in the middle. It does matter. It's okay. Just like this, and there you go. You got brunoise. Alright, now we have everything in brunoise, and some of it is going to be rough pieces, but that doesn't matter. As long as they're about this size, they're all going to cook evenly. That's the most important thing. Next step now is we're going to take a pan, like this, and we're going to pour a little bit of oil, about a teaspoon, how much you now need for it, but I recommend a teaspoon. And we're just going to toss them in, and we'll turn back when it's ready. Alright, now we have a pan and the olive oil is warm. We're just going to take a handful, put in. And then we're just really just going to wait till they get a nice golden brown. And after that, we are going to put in our pot with a little bit of our chicken broth, which we have here, nice and warm already. And that's it for now. Okay, now that we have all our celery and cubes and brunoise, they've all been nicely golden, and so now we're going to add our chicken stock. And for start, you're not going to add the whole thing, just to the whole, like just up to so the celery is covered. There you go. And then you just gonna let it stew, let the broth cook out so that we get more flavor out of the celery and mix it in. And when that's done, we're gonna add the rest, and then we're just gonna let it cook for 25 minutes. Alright. Whilst our chicken stock and our celery cubes are cooking, we're gonna meanwhile start on our apples, which is also going to be in our soup, which will be our topping for the dish is ready. We're going to start peeling the skin off the apple. The skin is going to give a bitter texture to it, so we're not going to do that. And it doesn't have to be entirely off, just as much as you can. And for apples, it doesn't really matter what type you want. In this case, we're using Red Gala. You could use Granny Smith or Golden Delicious. It actually entirely depends on what type of apple you want in your soup. Do you want a sour side? Do you want a sweet, like Red Gala? Or do you want a different texture? That's also what the different types of apple adds. And in this case, we're just going to use the Red Gala. This is what we have in stock. But you can literally choose whatever apple you want. It's entirely up to you. Right, as you can see then, our chicken broth has been reduced down. So now we're just gonna add the rest, and it's gonna boil for the next 25 minutes. And in the last 5 minutes before it's done, you'll add the apples. Right. Meanwhile, whilst our soup is looking after itself, we're going to cook some bacon, and meanwhile we're going to use this topping. And I'm sure at least most, if not all, have cooked bacon at some point in their lives, or between their parent or whoever it might be cooked. Just standard, take some bacon slices, put on a warm pan. In my case, I like to put a little bit of oil on and start with them thick so you can move them around, take them off without they actually getting destroyed. That's really just what we're going to do here now. Right, now there's 5 minutes till our soup's done. So we're going to cut up our apples. Chunks. Right. Now we cut our apples up into nice little pieces. About this size would do. Matched our brunoise already. And we're just gonna put all of them in. Stir them around. Alright, now that our vegetables have been cooked nice and tender, and our chicken stock, we will put it in a blender. And we've already done one portion of it, but just all of it down, all of it well. There we go. And for your own safety, always put a towel on, so not a hot steaming soup come out and burn your hand. And how we're gonna blend it, we're gonna use the smoothie program to get it nice and smooth. Alright, now our soup has been blended, we're gonna pour it for a sieve. I'm just gonna pour that through to get any uncleanness we have in and out, but there shouldn't really be any. Go. You know what? Let's put it like this. Now as we add our roux, it's gonna have to cook for at least 20 minutes to get the flour texture out. Also, the soup has to be boiling before you add it, so to activate the flour texture and the thickening. Alright, now that the soup is boiling, we can start putting our apples as our topping, which we're just gonna do in butter, and just to get a nice golden. Okay, now that the roux has been activated, the last thing we need to do is thicken it with a mixture of thick cream and egg yolks. And you don't have to be worried about the egg yolks separating. The roux flour in that as a stabilizer for that, so you can just pour it in on the constant. Alright, now we have our final product, our Selleri apple vote, and that we have our toasted hazelnuts, our butter fried apples, and our bacon. I'm gonna start out taking my bacon and just crumble it nice down into it. Our hazelnuts, just and finally our apples. There you go. Let's have a taste. That's good soup.